you signal by changing the color of the candlestick. The blue color indicates the market is likely to move up, and the red color indicates the price is coming down. This ash or mild white color indicates you the price is neutral. So what I am going to do is that I am going to remove this band and the moving average line, so that we will have only the candlestick. So I am going to explain you how this change in color works. So let us just wait. I am going to remove this. Okay, now you can see the charting platform which we are providing you without any moving average or the band. So what I am going to do is that just I am going to tell you here. You can see the price point. Just whenever I place the cursor, you can see the price here and along the y-axis and the x-axis with date and time. If you notice the price action that happened on 24th of September, just follow the change in color. Here in this particular area, the price had changed its color. So from ash color to red color, and in this area on the same day 24th, it showed a change in color from ash to blue, which indicates that the price is moving up. Again it showed a change in color, so the price came down. Here it tried to show you that the price is moving up. Again it showed a change in color here. So again you can see whenever there is a change in color, you can see it takes its own time to decide whether to give you a buy or sell signal. That is one of the most important thing in this charting platform. It is not going to give you from blue to red or red to blue, because it takes its own time to think whether how to give signals. In this video presentation I am going to explain you how it works, because how we had programmed, or we have programmed the algorithm to provide you accurate signals. So now you can understand whatever happened on 24th of September. So now you can see in this end, this is where the price opened on 25th. You can see the date and time below. It made this video presentation can take some time, but it is always worth watching it, because you should know the underlying reason why it is changing in color. That is the major reason why I am posting this video. Here it had changed its color from ash to blue. What is the reason behind that? Whenever you go, or whenever you learn about technical analysis, you will hear two words called support and resistance. So people, if you are new to trading, or if you are a seasoned player also, it is quite difficult to understand support, resistance and the pivot points. So this charting platform is designed in such a way to identify key support and resistance pivot points, and to give you a signal whenever there is a breakout and breakdown. Breakout in the sense means the price is breaking the resistance, which means that, for example, I will explain you clearly. So if you see here, if this is the support line, for example, if the price is moving above or breaking the if this is the resistance line, breaking this resistance, and if the price is moving up, it is called breakout. But if you consider this as a support line, and if the price is breaking the support and if it is coming down, it is called breakdown. So I am going to delete it. If you are a beginner, sorry, if you are a seasoned player, you may know this, but if somebody is watching who is a beginner, so he may find it difficult, so I will be explaining you everything. So on 25th of September, you can see it had provided you a blue color. The reason behind this was, here in this particular area, you can see the market tried to provide you a blue color, which means that it had identified a breakout, which means that I had explained you what is breakout. So in order to give some clarity, I am going to draw this line. So now you can see here the market found a support, so it has provided you an ash color. We had programmed in such a way that the charting platform will identify and consider all these lines. So it takes into account on itself. See, this is the area where the price consolidated. So here if the price is going to move above this key zone, here it found a resistance. So if the price is trying to move above this key zone, and it can provide you a buy, so it identifies itself that this can be a possible breakout. In this particular case, earlier on 24th of September also, in the same way the system tried to identify it, but it failed. Now again, since the price was moving above this zone, key zone, the system by itself identifies there can be a possible breakout. So that is the reason it had provided you a blue color. So I am going to delete this. Now let us see what happened after that. So you can see the price was moving up and it moved up. But if you understand the resistance concept also, in this area on 24th, you can see the market found a resistance and the price came down. By default, since it had found a resistance here, so that is the reason it had started providing you an ash color or white color, because the system knows that it found a resistance here earlier, and also when the price was coming down in this particular area on 24th, the system provided a red color signal and the price came down. Practically, if we are trading without the starting platform, it is very difficult for us to identify these minute areas or keep in mind, because we know that we are busy, we have a lot of work. So this takes into account all these things. Here on the previous day, it knows that the charting platform had provided a red color signal, so the price came down. Here in the price is approaching the same zone, so we should provide a ash color. So that is the reason it had provided an ash color. Then it thought that okay, something had happened, so so the price is not moving up. What I am going to do is that I am going to draw this line, so that now you can see from where it had provided a red color indication, which means that so now it can provide a breakdown, which means the price is breaking a support. Here it took the support and the price went up. But here again in the earlier on 24th of September, it had provided you a sell signal. So again, that is the reason the charting platform identifies itself that it had formed a top, it didn't created a new high above this, so it took the time to decide, then it gave you a signal which is a sell signal. Now let us go back and see, for so many times the price consolidated here, and you can see again the price couldn't sustain or come down below this, so it gives you an ash color afterwards. So it itself means that it is going to think, and it will provide you a buy signal only if it is going above these highs. So practically we ourselves can do this job if you are very free and if you are completely into trading. But since in our busy schedule we cannot do that, so you can see that it is taking a very long time to provide you a valuable signal. So that is a very long consolidation. That is the reason it had provided you a very long sideways price action. Now you can see here it had provided you a signal, just it is not blindly, it is not giving you any signal. It had it has a lot of reason behind this, how it is providing you a signal. Now you should know that why it had provided you a red color signal in the same way, because so if I draw a line on everything, now it's very clear. So this is the area where the price tried, already the market gave a signal and it came as a failure. So what the system does was, it waited for the price to completely come down below and close below that, then it is giving a signal. So what I am going to do is that I am going to delete this. Just you need to understand how it is coming up. So it provided a signal, then a consolidation which indicates, I can tell you that so many people should understand this concept. Whenever the price it shows an ash color, it is an indication that it is not the indication that the trend is going to reverse. For example, here it showed a red color signal and it shows an ash color, which means that the market is neutral. It can continue the trend or it can reverse the trend. It is not an indication that it is you should not misunderstand this that the trend has ended here. So here you can find a signal. here it provided a red color signal, and it think whether to move it is a continuation or it's going to be a failure. As a trader, if you are continuously monitoring it, you yourself can identify that it had provided a two tops. Only if the price is breaking this top, it can provide you blue color. Now you can see it took all its time to think, and it gave you a red color signal. So now you can notice that how this charting platform works. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to speed up the process so that we can complete all these things. So here you can see again the market thinks it is a continuation. Now we can notice that why it had provided you a signal here in this particular area. Okay, let us take some time so that you can understand it very easily. If you draw a line here, you can see it is a breakdown. So this line was a major support for the 2-3 days. Since the price is breaking this support, it shows a breakdown, so the price came down. So you can see it is a continuation of the trend, and the price came down. Now you can ask me a question that on 26th it had provided a buy signal. On what basis the market had provided this buy signal? So I am going to answer. So what I had done was that I had drawn a line on 6430, and now you can see whenever I place, as I told you, whenever I place the cursor on any candlestick, you can see the date and time below. On 12th of August, when this contract begins, in this particular area the market had provided a buy signal. You can see there was a change in color, and it was a major support. Why I am showing this was we had programmed in such a way that it will calculate all the support and resistance whatever happened earlier. So why I am showing this price was that after this area after breaking 6430 on 12th of August, only on 26th of August we got 26th of September we got this price again. So if you are you cannot remember 1 month of data here. We had programmed in such a way that this platform takes into account all the support and resistance to identify you the exact support and resistance and the key breakout and breakdown point. So that was the reason here it showed you a buy, because it knows that the system knows on analyzing the histories of chart, it can provide you accurate signals. So that was the reason behind this. So now let's move on. I'm going to delete this line. So now let's move on and see what happened after that. So here also you can notice that since it is a breakdown below this point, the market provided a sell signal and the price came down. So continuously the price was coming down. Here you can notice that on 27th the market provided a blue color signal, because it knows that here there was a lot of consolidation. It took a lot of time to give you a consolidation, because in this particular area itself the market tried a lot to move up, but it couldn't. So there was a breakdown. Here also it showed a consolidation. Now what I am going to do is that in order for you to identify it better clearly, I am going to draw a line here. So that is the reason here the market had provided you a buy signal. So earlier it identified the trend, and you can see we got a heavy bull run. Now you can notice that the price went up heavily, the market moved up. So exactly why I am showing all these things is that you should understand of why the price is providing you a signal. If you blindly follow this based on signal, also you are going to reach success. But if you understand and if you follow this charting platform, you will reach a great success. That's a little bit of difference between that. So here you can ask me a question why it had provided you suddenly without any change in color. It provided a red color signal. Always if you go back and see that, it will show you the reason behind. So now you can see the reason behind why it showed a red color signal on 27th. So on 24th, as I explained, as we started our explanation here, so in this area the market, if you remember that the two areas in the beginning of the presentation, I told you that since the market couldn't break this high, it gave a sell signal, so the price came down completely. So now in the same case, you may wonder that how exactly it had provided and identified this. Here it identified the same zone very earlier. You may wonder that it is very difficult for us in our busy schedule and to keep all these things on track while trading. That is the reason we are providing this wonderful day trading platform for you. So here it by default it identified and even provided you a signal. So you should remember that this should generate you confidence. So after that you can see completely the market provided a sell signal. Here I'm going to delete this line. Here you can see the market completely came down, and if it gave you a lot of thought about that. So here you can see identified again, it had identified a blue color line. So if you draw a line and if you go back and see on the previous histories of chart why it had provided a blue line, then you will know that. You want to know the answer? Reply is that you know that earlier on 27th the market picked up the momentum after a huge selling and gave you a big price action only after breaking the zone. So that is the reason the market tried to provide you the same signal. So it worked. It went up and the price closed higher. But you can notice that the next day, since the price came down below this point, it changed its signal to red, and you can see the price came down. So then here you can see the next time when it exactly breaks this zone, it gave you a buy signal and the price went up. So the next time it is coming down, by having the single line as a reference, you can notice that it's continuously giving you the exact entry points. So the price closed here. So that was the end of the day till October 1, 2013. Yesterday was a holiday. So I had explained you clearly without using this moving average and the band. What I'm going to do now is that I'm going to add this moving average and the channel or band which we are following to show you the difference why we had include. Now you may ask this question, so this itself is wonderful, then why you are including these both things? I will explain you. So now I had included our regular platform with moving average and band. Even though when we are trading, even though our market hadn't provided you exact signals, here in this particular case on 26 it had provided an entry point, but the trend is not favorable. So the average is for identifying the short term trend. So minute minute false candlestick, we want to avoid it. So that is the reason we had designed this type of moving average and the channel that will help you that will help you for increasing your profit and decreasing your loss, and to identify one or two false signals. So that was the major reason. Here you can see, even though the market picked up the momentum, but it couldn't sustain above the average, so there was a failure. So that is the major reason why we had identified this to show you to make some few corrections in this existing wonderful platform. So now you know all the reason why you should use this platform. Now you know the reason how this platform works. If you have any doubt, please contact us and we are here to help you out. So thanks a lot for watching our videos and wish you all the best in trading. Thank you.